Good morning, and thank you for being here. Um, The homicide detail is currently investigating an attempted murder in the second degree and a murder in the second degree that occurred yesterday, March 5th, 2026, in the Kapolei area as well as the McCully area. Information provided at this time may change as the investigation progresses. On March 5th, 2026, at approximately 4:15 p.m., District 8 patrol officers responded to a report of a stabbing at a residence on Keali'i-Ahonui Street in Kapolei. When officers arrived, the suspect was outside the residence armed with a knife and approached the responding officer. The officer gave the suspect multiple commands to drop the knife, however, the suspect did not comply. The officer then deployed his conducted electrical weapon, which is similar to a taser, and it was effective. The suspect fell to the ground, and the officers were able to safely disarm him and arrest him. During the course of the investigation, officers learned that the suspect's estranged wife, a 53-year-old female, resided at the residence. Initial information gathered indicates that the suspect entered the residence and stabbed the 53-year-old female in the neck area. When a 30-year-old male who was present at the home intervened. The victim was able to run away to a neighbor and asked them to call 911. The victim was transported to the Queens Medical Center Punch Bowl, where she remains. She is doing better. The 55-year-old male suspect was arrested for attempted murder in the second degree. Later, at approximately 5:30 p.m., District 7 patrol officers responded to a residence on Fern Street in the McCully area after EMS requested assistance for a medical call. Upon arrival, officers located a 53-year-old female unresponsive inside the residence. The victim resided with her 15-year-old son. Detectives from the Honolulu Police Department Homicide Detail responded to the scene, and the case was later reclassified to murder in the second degree after it was determined that the victim had suffered multiple stab wounds to include defensive injuries. Detectives learned that the 53-year-old victim had a boyfriend who was currently in the work furlough program and was wearing a court-ordered ankle monitor at the time of the incident. The victim's family was able to identify the boyfriend as the same male who entered her apartment with her a little earlier, just after 10:30 a.m., and he was later observed leaving the apartment alone a little after 2:45 p.m. Investigators determined that the suspect took the victim's vehicle and later arrived at the Kapolei residence just before 4:00 p.m., where his estranged wife resides. It was confirmed that the vehicle belonging to the decedent from McCully was the same one recovered in Kapolei. We believe the suspect fatally stabbed his girlfriend earlier in the day at the residence in McCully area, took her vehicle, and later drove to the Kapolei residence where he stabbed his estranged wife. We are continuing to review surveillance footage, gather evidence, conduct additional interviews. We're testing evidence as well, and the investigation is ongoing. The suspect will be additionally arrested for murder in the second degree. On behalf of the Honolulu Police Department, we would like to extend our sincere condolences to both families during this difficult time. Anyone with information related to this case is asked to call 911 or Crime Stoppers. I can answer a few questions.
It's a little hard to grasp. You're saying the 53-year-old at Fern Street was his
Girlfriend.
And he took her car to Kapolei and stabbed his wife?
Yes, estranged wife, yes.
Estranged wife. And both 53.
Both of them are 53.
Can you talk about any criminal history for the suspect?
He has two prior felony convictions. One is for manslaughter and one is for sex assault.
Can you talk in general about, this is obviously cases of domestic violence. Last Friday, Kapolei, same thing. Can you talk about domestic violence in general?
I'm just going to focus on answering the questions regarding this murder investigation.
Was the 15-year-old son at the apartment the one who called the police?
Yes.
You mentioned the 30-year-old man at Kapolei residence. What was his involvement?
That is the 53-year-old victim from Kapolei. That is her son.
Do you know what vendetta he had against his girlfriend and against his estranged wife?
We don't know that right now. It's all part of an investigation, as it just happened last night. But we have detectives at both scenes. They're following up, trying to get more information.
And then can you clarify what you mean exactly by estranged?
They're still married, but they're not together.
Was it the same knife in both cases?
It doesn't appear to be that way.
Was there no witness who heard anything and called 911 about the commotion at Fern Street?
There was some people who called 911. We're actually getting those calls and following up with them.
Which crime was he wearing the ankle bracelet for?
We believe it was the Fern Street, the murder investigation.
I'm sorry, you're saying that,
Yeah,
what's the question now?
with the ankle bracelet, he was obviously in for something, right? Like,
He had his ankle monitor on, so he was in a furlough program.
so what was that crime for?
That, I don't have all that information yet. We have to get that from the courts. Any other questions?
Are you naming him? Are you naming him?
Not right now. We'll name him when he's charged.
And, no bench warrant or anything out for his arrest?
He's arrested right now
Oh,
in
he's
custody,
arrested. Okay,
yes.
So, I'm sorry, thanks.
And then just to be clear, it was the same man at both stabbings?
Yes. So he is arrested, he was initially arrested for attempted murder in the second degree, and now he's going to be additionally arrested for murder in the second degree, based on what we've learned overnight.
Have you recovered any surveillance video putting him at the scene?
Yes.
Can you describe those?
Not at this time. That's all part of our investigation.
To clarify, how much time was there between the two stabbings?
So we know he left the Fern Street address just a little after 2:45. Let me make sure I'm correct on that. And he arrives at Kapolei just before 4. Okay, that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you.